I have a funny little story I want to tell. Sometimes my husband and I are out somewhere and I might be wearing something I made and someone might compliment me on my outfit and we start talking about sewing, and then I usually break out into a mini conversation about the ASG, and I talk about the ASG and how I teach at some of their events and it's really a great resource for sewers. And then we walk away when the conversation's done and my husband looks at me and he goes, honey, people don't know what the ASG is. So that's one of the inspirations for including it as a cool tool this week. It's an amazing resource for sewers. So I just want to spend a little time talking about what the ASG, or American Sewing Guild, is. It's one of the largest national resources for sewing that we have. And you may have heard me say, oh, I'm off to teach at the National ASG Conference. I've been doing that for years. I always have a wonderful time when I go. And I get to reconnect with all my sewing friends and my friends who are sewing teachers as well as students. And it's really a wonderful time. So I was thinking about it. And also I realized my membership had lapsed. So I went online and I renewed my membership, and I actually renewed it for auto renew. So I don't have to worry about renewing it next year. It'll renew by itself for the next 4 years. So I'm feeling pretty happy and efficient with myself. But I just want to talk to you a little bit about what the American Sewing Guild has to offer, because on the national level, they have a national board that plans all sorts of virtual and in-person events that you can take advantage of. There's going to be a fall virtual conference, and spoiler alert, I will be teaching at that. This is a cool way to take advantage of learning from nationally known sewing educators right from the comfort of your own home. I'm super excited about that. And I know next year, early on, they're planning a fun sewing retreat, which is also going to be virtual. So if you're sitting here watching me thinking to yourself, I really wish I had more connection or more friends who sew, because none of my local friends sew, this is a way to connect with people who love to sew like you, and you can make new friends. And the cool thing is you don't even need to be in the same room with people, because now there are so many virtual options. So in addition to events on the website, and I'm putting it up here so you can see it, this is the ASG website, and you'll notice right on the home page they give you a lot of information. For example, you can become a member, and then the membership benefits are there, chapter locations are there, and also the annual conference information is there. So right out of the gate, you can see there's a lot going on with the ASG. And once you join, there's a special little section just for members that has a lot of benefits that you can take advantage of. So once you become a member of the ASG, and you can do that by selecting a chapter that's local to you. And if you see here, I've pulled up the map or the Find a Chapter page for my location in Connecticut, and you can see all the little red pinpoints of where there are chapters. Now, if you search for a chapter and there isn't one in your local area, you can become a member at large, which means you're a member of ASG, but you don't have an affiliation to a neighborhood chapter. And that is a wonderful thing too, because you can take advantage of all of the events and all of the resources on the ASG website without being, a member of a specific chapter. Now, once you become a member, you can log into the website and take advantage of several really cool resources they have in the members only section of the website. They have some special interest virtual groups, cosplay, sustainable sewing, and they have a very vigorous machine embroidery group. So if you have interest in any of these topics, these are free special interest groups that you can join, and you can get together with people who like to do those things, which I think is very, very cool. I know personally I'm revving up my machine embroidery, so I might check out that machine embroidery special interest group. There's also a section for special discounts for members. There is a member-only blog that has lots of interesting blog posts. I read one that talked about different things you can do when you're hemming, which I found very interesting. And there's also a extensive list of free video classes that you can watch right from the ASG website. So there are so many things available to you online from the national level on their website. One of the fun things is, if you haven't been to a in-person conference, there are some videos of some of the keynote speakers and things that happened at these conferences in the past. For example, I thought it was fun. I noticed that when Deepika, the owner of Pattern Review, was the keynote speaker, her speech or her talk is on the website, and you can listen to that if you missed it. And that was one year I didn't get to go, so it was really fun to go back and watch that and see what she had to say. It was very interesting. But then also, if you do live near a chapter that's local to you, you can take advantage of getting together for in-person meetings. And a lot of times these neighborhood groups will bring in national educators to do events for their chapter. I know personally I have taught at many ASG chapters, and I have met so many wonderful people going to them to teach whatever they're interested in. I've had a blast, and I have made so many friends. So I can tell you firsthand, there are a lot of really nice chapters, and there are probably even a ton more that I haven't taught at or met yet. But if you live close to a neighborhood chapter, you can go to the meetings, you can be even more involved and get on the board, and you can help planning, and you can do all sorts of fun things. It's really an amazing group to be involved with. Another thing is, if you live in an area and there isn't a chapter, you can start your own chapter. So there are certain requirements which are all listed on the website, so you can check that out, and you can actually start your own chapter if you'd like to. And the cool thing about chapters are they tend to cater to the interests of the members in the group. So I've been to chapters where they are just solely garment sewers. Other chapters have quilting, have quilting interests and garment interests, home dec interests. So whatever it is that you love to do for sewing, you can find that in your neighborhood groups. I think that is a very cool thing. And I loved the mission statement of ASG, in that their sole purpose is to promote the love of sewing as an art and a life skill. I think that is so important, because sewing isn't in schools anymore so much. I mean, it is in some schools, but it's very reduced in schools. So I think it's really cool that there are a lot of younger ASG members, and actually there's a discount if you're a student, so you can take advantage of all the benefits of ASG at a discounted rate. All right, so that's my fun little take on the American Sewing Guild, or the ASG. Please consider clicking the link in the description below to head over to their website and join us, because I promise you won't regret it. Whether you join as a member at large, or you find a local chapter, that's a great place to start. And then you'll start getting emails from the ASG that is full of all sorts of fun sewing information. There are, blog posts and different articles that are going to be sent to your inbox that will be very interesting, and you'll be alerted to all of the educational events that come up throughout the year. So I highly recommend checking that out. Thank you for joining me for this fun, cool tool, because really ASG is a cool tool. If you are enjoying my content, also consider liking and subscribing to my channel, because it helps me grow. And I hope everybody has a lovely rest of your day. Thank you for watching.